Hey, Decide Your Destiny crew, Carl Spreedy's here. Thanks for joining me for another Decide Your Destiny daily dose. Decide to take action even if you're not ready. How many of us don't take action until we either know the outcome or believe we know the outcome, or we've spoken to our fortune tellers, or we've created the perfect design, the bulletproof 20-step design of how we're going to approach something? Is that true? Are you someone who takes action in life, who needs a lot of and ahhing before they jump in, before they take a step in, or they need to look at the document 20 times before they jump in? I know I can be like this. And one thing to think about is whatever you buy into in life, however you buy, if you go, yep, bang, decision, I need this done, I need help, I need to get an assistant, I need to get this organized, that's how you're gonna that's how you're gonna show up in your world. If you're doing that and you're acting quickly and you're energized and you're moving and you're making moves that make an impact rather than making moves only that fit without fear, or moves that you don't think are going to end up bad, then you're not going to make any moves. And that's not going to create the energy that you need to move forward in your life. So that whole creative thing, I know as a creative, as a photographer, and I know people that are graphic designers, artists, copywriters, web developers, it's very hard to just chuck something out there, because that's your name. That is your title. That's you represented visually. It's very hard to just chuck something out there, put something up, throw something out there, throw something against the wall and see what sticks. And as a perfectionist, even if you're not just a creative with art, you might be a perfectionist in other parts of your life. It can be really difficult to just execute. But just remember that all that matters, or what matters most, is the execution. Think of it like this. If you've got two people on the side of the road, so say you got two kids who sell apples on the side of a road in a market somewhere. Think of maybe an old Victorian era. Now the one kid gets the incredible apples from the incredible tree that's got the farms that are just wetlands, and it's just nutrient and rich, and it's organic and it's all that good stuff. And you've got the other kid who kind of sells apples just in his city backyard that's built, and the roots are deep into the city and the sewage line hits those roots and it's not very tasty, right? So one apple people know is not good and doesn't taste great. The other one is incredibly delicious. Now the kid who has incredibly delicious apples that he sells, the market sleeps in. Then the other kid gets to the markets early, sells his apple. Who is going to sell more apples? Is it going to be the one who has the perfectly designed apple, the one who has the apple that is the creation from gods, has been labored on in the farm for years and years? Or is it going to be the one who is just some dodgy apples, but the need is there, the necessity is there, the person needs an apple for lunch, or they just want to have an apple, or someone told them, and in the back of their reticular activator, in the back of their mind, they've got to have an apple, they've got to have something healthy. They'll grab that apple. So that's how you got to look at it. That's how important execution is, taking action. And the last thing that I'll finish on is, if you're struggling to take action, one of the greatest things that I find is to start planning. And yeah, you can get analysis paralysis when you're just planning, you're not moving forward. But planning, at least that is a bit of an action. So if you're about to go do something like, say, your first live, or you're about to go write a book, or you're about to start a business, or you're going to, ask someone to marry you, or whatever the litany of things you're going to do, if you just start putting pen to paper, there's something so powerful about that element. You're taking action, you're getting started, you're initiating the process. And if you look at life as things are either thriving, living, or they're dying. So you've either got life that is abundant and growing, and it's lifting up into the sky like trees, or you've got life that's decaying. What does it need to live? What does a river need so that it doesn't stagnate and grow mold, grow bacteria and all those sorts of things? It needs movement, it needs friction. So it's the same thing with your actions, with executing, with achieving what you're trying to achieve. You need action, you need some movement in your life, you need some initiation. And to get started, if you just get started with planning, at least you're starting the action, you're starting the execution point. So remember, the execution really matters. It doesn't have to be perfect to get started. And if you start planning, you're starting already. But obviously, you got to follow through with that plan. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. It's just something to think about. I know we're putting ourselves out there, and more in these days we have to put ourselves out there, and it's not probably how we used to do things or how other people used to do things. And I know, taking photographs of my grandparents, they didn't necessarily like it or weren't jumping at the joy of it because they weren't used to being photographed. And this is a new world where we have to put, or I won't say new, it's a changing and evolving world where you have to put yourself out there more. And that can be challenging, and you want it to be perfect. But you know what? You want more? You want to get started. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that one. Share it around for anyone else who's maybe stuck in analysis paralysis, who's stagnant, who needs to get moving, needs to get active, needs to initiate life, needs to initiate the energy to go and achieve the things they need to achieve. Please share it around. And as always, guys, remember, decide your destiny. Cheers.